All right, gathering myself. Just getting myself together. Whew, what a hot mess I look. But that's okay. Breathe. So I'm inside my K-pod. On hindsight, it's probably better to sit over there. There's a big space above the head. But we're going to go with here for now. That was intense. Yes. My first reflection is that living been trying on the wanderlusting. Does anybody know what wanderlusting means? Wanderlust? It's not really my word. He kupu pāke out there, aren't practicing free living and sustainable living and small living, tiny living and everything. That's what I'm trying to do. It's part of a dream I had. Dream. Reality. Heririki. Very different. And so this is my little diary, my reflection. I left my home and my whānau on Wednesday, 3 a.m. or 6 a.m. I think was Wednesday. I got to my destination, or it was Thursday, got to my destination to do evaluation at about 9 hours later, towing my little K-pod here, my little portable office, and then later I'm going to convert it into my sleeping quarters for me to sleep in. I have powered by solar power. So I have solar panels on the top and it charges my little pod here. I have USB. It recharges my phone. I don't know how this works. It takes 10 minutes to charge a cell phone from empty. I have a little bit of storage over there behind my laptop that I'm talking to you on. I have a little kitchen at the back. And I've been having my breakfast and all my cup of teas and snacks on the road. Saved me heaps. Normally I'm like $100 or more on petrol station snacks, on drinks, on McDonald's and BK and Turangi, on about $25-$30 at the Waiouru burger shop. So just in that, tēnā koe, rangimaria. Thank you for joining. So, like, all in there, but really wasn't about the money. I feel contained and I feel responsible for myself. I stocked up some kai, some tea. I have all my water. The pod is filled, the water reservoir is filled. So I have my own fresh water. I have the gas bottle so I can heat my hot water for a cup of tea. So I felt amazing about that, about not having to rely on any commercial entities on my trip. I felt like I was mana motu hake on wheels. The main challenges, so those are the great things. The tēnā koe Juanita. The other great thing is the feeling of, price cost. I'm not having to check into hotels or things like that. Yeah. The cost is just petrol. I often have issues with clothes and feeling warm and all that kind of thing. So I don't feel like that. I can bring all of my kakahu for different occasions and it's feeling good. Now, the realities of it are not bad. They're just really stretching me. And for those of you who are, excuse me, who are already living this life or living this life or more on your whenua, I am like, tēnā koe, Helen. I am so proud of you. I am so in awe of you. I've got so much respect for any of you living out there off the grid. Living off the grid. Making it happen for yourselves outside of the system. Because I have power, USB, to charge my phone. It's warm in here. All the things. And it's been a challenge on my nervous system, to say the least. The main challenge is where do you sleep? Where do you sleep? Where is safe? Where is light? Where are the toilets? Oh, toilets. I respect a toilet now. Feeling vulnerable and exposed, but in a good way. Like I'm connected to all of my feelings and my tinana. That whole, it must take practice to live on the road in a caravan or in a freedom camper or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Because people notice, people see, and so you have a part of your life going on, and at any stage somebody could knock on the door. All the things, they're just emotions, and the unpacking of them or the getting used to it for the first time has meant that it's like being not in auto mode. It's like there's an autopilot or there's an automatic drive car, put in gears and the car drives you. The difference is this feels like driving a manual. So you're driving a manual when you're 16 years old. That's what I compare it to. So it's like you're constantly trying to read the engine, get your timing with changing the clutch, checking your mirrors in 3 places and getting the revs in the right place. And you are actively driving the whole way through the Manawatu Gorge. Yeah, it's like that. Compared to being able to just chuck it into automatic and just drive, and there's a whole lot of energy you're not using when you do that. That's how I'd explain it. And so I'm really tired, almost not so much from, give me a second. Look at what you're a dickhead is. I just wish I had my husband to back the trailer up and show me how to connect the gas bottle. Why don't I think of those things? You know what I mean? So my nerves are on fire. My lungs are coughing. I've made some stupid dickhead moves, folks. Stupid dickhead moves. Ask questions if you want to know any questions. Let's go with that. Did I tell you about the asthma attack I had? Let me start with that dickhead move. All right, dickhead move number 1. Okay, I left at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday. I drove what would normally take me 6 hours in an automatic vehicle, just booting it from Wellington to the Bay of Plenty, just straight, turned into about 10 hours. Of course, dickhead move number 1, you drive at 80k an hour, when you're towing something with a 2-wheel drive. Let's just leave it at that. Dickhead move number 2. All right. You're an asthmatic. You have allergies. And you're finding somewhere to park in the middle of the night on a cold, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the Bay of Plenty where there's pine trees. And I'm driving and I think, hey, safety means no one can see me. Let's repeat that again. Inez's mind said, safety means no one can see me, so I better park somewhere dark. So I drive along, I'm like, boom, there, cool. I know that's a nice big rest area space. I just need a few hours sleep to carry on my journey. Ultimately, I'm ending up in Raglan by Thursday morning, 8 o'clock. So I pull into this place and I'm like, man, no one's going to see me. I'm going to be safe as. I opened up this wide open so I can get fresh air in, and it's got a fly screen. Yeah. I wake up 2 hours later. Something like this. I got the bed made. Ear hole is closing up. Can't breathe. Where the hell am I? I thought, no, am I just wheezy? No, I wasn't wheezy. I was like, and I was like, am I having an anaphylactic shock? Or am I having asthma? Point being, I didn't bring antihistamines or an inhaler. I might have some plasters somewhere. That's the main dickhead move. The thing I didn't do bad was dickhead move number 1 is I forgot my husband's very specific instruction that when I stop the car, I got to wind down the wheel on the trailer here, wind it down till it's touching the ground, put the brake on, the brake from the manual brake so it doesn't roll back and pull the car or something like that. Yeah, I didn't do that. But in hindsight, I'm glad I didn't do that, because when I woke up going, I think I'm having an asthma attack, I went, what should I do? And I went, just get in the car and drive. And that's exactly what I did. About, I think it might have been 1:30 in the morning. But you know what would have happened? I would have forgotten to take the brake off the trailer and put the wheel up. Hallelujah. Dickhead move number whatever it is. I didn't. Lucky I forgot to do what my husband told me to do, because I would have driven away with the trailer on, or with the brake on, and the wheel down, the little wheel. Wow. What a fucking heck. I'm just going to read some questions. Motor camp for safety, Pia. Hard sister. Helen, hard. I would probably map that out when I do these journeys. Where's another one? Call into Te Teko Pavilion. Awesome. I'm not quite near there, but I'm going to remember all these places you mentioned, folks. Thank you, Juanita. And You're the bomb. Thank you for the offer, Helen. Everybody's so generous. All right, haere tonu with the story. So I get out of A&E. I go there because obviously I'm like, asthma attack, can I please have, and they give me and a prescription. Choice. Nothing's open. I'm awake. It's 4:30. I'm heading out of. Oh no, I forgot to mention I'm driving into the ambulance bay up at the Rotorua A&E hospital with a trailer because I forgot to do the old how to back a trailer. Looking like Austin Powers up in there. So if everybody's wondering, all my family and friends, why I didn't contact you when I was up at Rotorua, because I didn't want to be like, hey man, how you doing? Oh, you come see me. And I'm like jackknifed in the ambulance bay at the hospital, causing havoc. I was just like, when I managed to get out of that place, I just booted it. I was like, stuff this. I don't not feel like sleeping. I'm going to the Waikato. I made it to Raglan, beautiful. Made it to my beautiful noho, my wānanga, amazing. It's in the bush. So I quickly learned really quick how to do a hill start with a K-Pod trailer on the back of your two-wheel drive car and how to back up a trailer when you've gone up the wrong driveway. Rangahau in action. Anyway, what I'm trying to convey is my nervous system is all alight. Cool. I feel so achieved and happy, but I just feel very real. So it's back to the drawing board when I get back to Wellington. I'm in awe and in total respect for all of you who have made a choice to live this life or something similar, whether that's sustainability or small living, alternative living. And I'm so glad I have chosen to test drive this out, this whole idea out. And I'm accepting the feeling inside myself of like, oh, I'm urbanized now. Oh, well, I'm first world problems. So freedom and self-sustainability and small living and all that stuff is really an art, and I think something to be respected now. Like, really needs to be respected for me. I need to, and I'm being patient with myself, and I'm going to go back to the drawing board and do it again and again and again until it's my new normal. Cost-wise, I would say I spent 2 lots of full tanks of petrol, so that would be $270 to go Wellington, Bay of Plenty, but like in between Bay of Plenty and Whakatane. Then over to Raglan, about $270. I've been able to see so many more beautiful sunrises, sunsets, and hear birds singing and water moving and fresh air in my lungs. 1,000% worth it. 1,000% worth it. I love this. I love it. It's just not easy right now, this week. And so, even next time I will sit on that side where there is a higher roof that slopes. Thank you for listening. Thank you for having an interest in whatever way. And why am I sharing this? Okay, in summary, I started out in my business about 7 years ago as a valuer. I had come from like your typical professional career, being a valuer and in an office and the usual thing, right? And I was like, there's got to be another way. And there has to be a way of being a free Māori in this country and still being able to earn like a professional white collar person. Now, must be a way to not have our existence defined by our jobs and by what, everybody else is doing. Surely there's a way I can have my cake and eat it too. Because we're of this country, we should have everything that we, abundance. So I had a vision and I went, I'm going to live like a free roaming nomad, or what do you call it, with my children and my husband, like my family, everywhere I want to go, never be apart, and still earn how I have earned being in a hospital, an office. So that was the vision. And my business has been about, property and whenua and understanding money and equity and banks so that I can make as much income, money as possible, as quickly as possible, invest it into assets like knowledge or IP and property so that I can get income like rent and licensing fees and fees for services so that I can be mortgage and debt free as soon as possible and have enough money left over to raise our family. And all of this is part of the steps that I thought I needed to achieve that really big kind of idea. And so what I'm sharing with you now is the test. Whether dreams are just dreams or if they can also become real. And what does that feel like? How much does that cost? And what is the roadmap to do that? Thank you for always being with me, sharing an interest, watching my lives, whatever it is. Pōmare folks, I'm going to decompress, ready for my road trip back up ki te upoko o te ika. Mauri ora and a couple of Hail Marys.